Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing Taroscopes for the month of October 2024 for the sign of Pisces. Now, I've done these a number of different ways. In the beginning of the year, I put a little more focus on the astrology and then did the tarot reading. I think I'm going to do that again this month, mainly because it's such a fraught time. I think a little more information is probably helpful for you. If you are not interested in the astrology, you can skip forward to the tarot reading. I will timestamp these so you can do that. And you can go back to either the astrology, which will be at the beginning, or the tarot reading, which will be in the middle of this. So if you want to come back to it, as the month progresses, you'll have the opportunity to do that. All right, so let's dive right into the astrology for Pisces. All right. Okay, so this may seem a little familiar to some of my older viewers. So this is where the planets are sitting. If we look at a chart with Pisces rising, these readings are helpful for mostly for the rising signs, but also Pisces sun and to a certain extent Pisces moon. I suggest you, if you have the time, to look at all of those. But the astrology part is more aligned to the ascendant. So we can see here that we have still Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Both Neptune and Saturn are moving retrograde at this time. Would be your first house. What's significant about this month, especially, is the fact that we are having a new moon solar eclipse. It's happening on the 2nd. So right at the beginning of the month, we had the full moon lunar eclipse in September. And so at this point, you have seen what has been wrought from that. There a lot of full moons are generally times of releasing, letting go, putting something out there. And certainly there was a lot put out at that time. So new moons are always about new beginnings. However, you can see that this new moon, with the sun here and the moon, of course, would be here, is conjunct the south node of the moon, meaning that this eclipse season is a south node eclipse season, which means we're letting go of something. Now, for you, Pisces, this is in your house of your eighth house. It's where you share your money. It's where you share your body. It's the house of taxes. It's the house of death and rebirth. And so this is a time when you do definitely want to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed when it comes to those issues. We also have a full moon in the sign of Aries. That's 25 degrees of Aries. That's going to be in your second house. And that occurs on the 17th of October. And that would be a good time for you to start a new project, especially if it was a project, sort of entrepreneurial. The second house is what you value. It's also your money house. So this is an opportunity for you to access that energy, that initiating energy of Aries. We have the Mars, which is the ruler of that north node in Cancer at this time. It's in Cancer all month, and it is moving forward in Cancer. Now, you are a water sign, and so while Mars doesn't like being in Cancer, you can probably deal with it better than most. But it's in your house of creativity, in your house of children, so there's a lot of energy. Mars in Cancer brings a lot of emotions, okay, a lot of emotions to the party, I guess we want to say. We do have on the 8th a trine between Venus, which is in Scorpio this month, making a trine. So we have 5th to 9th house. 5th house, of course, children, creativity. 9th house is what you believe. The sun this month is in that 8th house. Mercury is there as well. Both the sun and Mercury move into your 9th house when they move into Scorpio, and that's happening on the 22nd of October. We do also have a trine to your ruling. So as a Pisces, you have 2 ruling planets, Jupiter, which is the classical ruler of Pisces, and Neptune. And of course, Neptune, as I said, is in Pisces. At the end of the month, we have a trine between Mercury, which will be in Scorpio at that time. Mercury in Scorpio is very deep, penetrating, a deep penetrating mind, one that's not afraid to dig into the more dicey parts of your consciousness, right? It's like the psychological kingpin. And it makes a trine to Neptune. That is an opportunity for healing of the mind. And then, of course, with Mercury being in the house of truth, perhaps there's some truths that come to light that need some healing. We have 2 stations this month. We have Jupiter station retrograde. Jupiter is now in Gemini in that 4th house. It's been moving forward in that 4th house since May, and now it is turning retrograde, and we'll go back over some of that 4th house information. Jupiter is expansion, Gemini is information, and it's in your 4th house of family, clan. And so you might have got new information or an expansion of information on family, on maybe genealogy, maybe the story of your family, and now you get a chance to go over that again. It is in a fellow immutable sign. It is a 1st quarter square to your Pisces energy. So this requires us to take an action. We also have Pluto stationing direct. Pluto moved back into Capricorn, into that last degree of Capricorn, where it stays from the 1st of September to the 19th of November. And it is on the 11th, October 11th, where it stations direct. When a planet stations direct, or a planet stations retrograde, it takes a while for the planet to get up to speed, especially the further out the planets are. And of course, that is Pluto. Generally, when Pluto changes directions, we will see something will occur in the outer world. It's happening in your 11th house of friends and goals. Okay. And so this will be the shift of the change, moving back now, moving direct into Capricorn, and then eventually in November into Aquarius, not to be seen in Capricorn for another 220 something years. Pluto has been in that 11th house of friends, transforming things since 2008. So this is one of those long cycles. And this is sort of the period at the end of that sentence for you. We have Venus start this month in your 9th house of truth and justice, moving into your 10th house of career and your how people see you in the outer world. Having Venus there in Sagittarius, they can see you as adventurous, but it is a good energy for work. So there is actually a lot of good energy for creativity this month, for work. Of course, with eclipses, there's always going to be some challenges. Again, I want to make sure that you take care of your taxes, any kind of insurance policies. You maybe want to check your insurance policies when it comes to what you're covered for and what you're not covered for with all the weather changes that we see, something that you might want to consider. All right. So I think that's all I want to say about this month. But the next thing you will see will be the Taroscope. And so until next time, have yourself a wonderful month. It is, as I said, a highly creative month. And so make the best of it. Be careful out there. And it is a time of a lot of weather. So wherever you live, whatever your weather may be, I want you to take extra care. All right. Take care, everyone. I will see you again next month. Namaste. All right. So we are back and we're going to be looking at the tarot section of the Tarot Scope for Pisces for the month of October 2024. And we're going to be using the Arcanum deck for you, Pisces. Lovely, lovely deck. And of course, we have, as I spoke of, we have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. And we will be having the nodes move into Pisces shortly. At the end of the year, I believe, maybe December. I have to look. I need to look, be more specific about that. Yep. And I'm actually doing this before I do the astrology, so I may have answered that question already. So just so you know, doing the readings first. I'll do the astrologies in a bit, and I'm trying to figure out how best to do these. And make it so that you get to watch what you want to watch, and then you can see and timestamp it so that you have you get to look over what you're most interested in. Okay, we have the Four of Wands to start with. This card has come out a lot. This is a victory. There's a victory in the offing. And this can be a wedding card, but I feel like because it's come up in so many of the signs, this really is a card of a sense of celebration with the doves above it. Challenged, the Queen of Wands. This was the same challenge card for as the Cancer reading, I believe. The Queen of Wands is the sustainer of the fire, the sustainer of spirit. She is confident. She is a cat lady, as you can see. And so this can also be about how does this person attain victory or attain celebration. So this honestly could be around the whole Kamala Harris becoming president energy. So it looks good for that, really. But, I don't want to keep putting politics into these, although it keeps coming at me when I look at the cards. So I'll say it. But for you, there's a celebration. There's a time of great happiness, joy, really, right? And yet the challenge is, what's the next step? How do you lead past this, right? So there's this energy of the next step that you take, how are you going to sustain this sense of joy or this sense of, it's not so much victory as it is celebration. Underneath it all is choice, the Lover's card. So this is about making the right choices. Now the lovers, the lovers are often the choice between staying or deciding that this is somebody you want to relate to, or it can also be about separating from somebody you have related to. But it's not just about that. It's a Gemini card. Jupiter is in Gemini right now, right? So it's Gemini is about communication. So any relationship is based on healthy communication, and that's what this card is reminding us of. We need to be healthy in our communication with each other. We need to be willing to listen to other people as well. In the past, we have death, change, transformation. Something has died, something has passed, a way of being. It could be a person, it could be a situation. It is gone, it is transforming. We are saying goodbye to it. In the sky, we have the devil. The devil is also a choice card. In fact, in many decks, the Lover's card has the angel here with the man and the woman. And it's very similar to the devil, who has the man and the woman, but the devil is above it, right? So in the outer world, this is the Zeitgeist is a choice between the light and the dark, a choice between bondage to the material or aspiring to the spiritual. Now, if you aspire to the spiritual, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful on the material plane. It just means that the decisions you're making from a higher place, right? So while there's all this positive energy really in the four and the queen as a challenge, but still a positive energy in the choice, this month is a choice between the light and the dark. We have some loss here, some things that we will have to release, let go. It could actually be part of this vibration here. So something is leaving. And I think you're dealing with the sorrow over that, right? But there are still two cups. So you can take the time to experience the loss, experience the grief, but you don't want to get caught up into it because there is still something to be done. This is about it's not, the ending is not an ending, the ending is a new beginning. How people, how it's seen from the outside, this is a powerful feminine energy. It's the power of knowing, but maybe not saying. This is the power of silence. This is a card of bringing the light down from the crown to the heart, direct connection. Her eyes are closed. Her focus is inward. So people see you as somebody who looks within for the answers. Your domestic situation, the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. This is about your plans for the future. This is about seeing how you're going to express your light in the world. Okay. It's also a bit of a portal here, you see? It's a doorway. It's a doorway between the past, what you've accomplished, and the future, what you're yet to accomplish. And there's a plan. How are you going to further your plan? Hopes and fears, the Wheel of Fortune. So a hope for change. It could be a fear of change, but you've been through a change. There's a change here. We have death in the past. We have the Five of Cups in the immediate future. Something has left the building, so to speak. And so perhaps the hope is that you can overcome this. And of course you can. Of course you will. The outcome, we have the Five of Wands. So there's still struggle. There's still the back and forth. There's still perhaps partisanship, we could call it. But it's like in this deck, I especially like this Five of Wands because we have one person pulling and the other person pulling. If they were to just let go of the rope, a lot could get done. I'm going to pick three to see if I can get a major arcana. The Eight of Wands, information coming fast and furious. The Page of Pentacles, an opportunity for a new project, maybe a new class, maybe a new course of study. The page is often a student. And the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. So I'm not going to say, well, I have to look to see what's under it, but I'm not going to say this month is not without its challenges. It's funny because I just did the Cancer tarot scope. No, the tarot part of the Cancer tarot scope. And there was also this bittersweet energy. Like there's joy and there's sorrow. There's joy and there's sorrow. So it sits next to each other. We're human. That's the way it works. Underneath it all is the tower, illumination, getting the ground shook under your feet. The Eight of Cups, walking away from something that no longer serves, that no longer fulfills you, no matter how much energy you put into it. And the Empress. The two most powerful feminine energies in the tarot are the Empress and the High Priestess. And you got them both. So even though the devil is in the sky, we still have the devil can also be addictions, and it could be a sense of being addicted to something. I really feel like as I'm doing this, and I'll say this to you, Pisces, as I've been doing these cards, I got the distinct impression that, and I again, I don't really want to make it political, but I'll say it because it's coming through, uh, is a possibility that a certain someone leaves the premises, we'll say, that we have been sort of involved in for so long that it leaves somewhat of a void, which is weird, but like it's relief and yet a void because there's been so much pain and so much brought up for us that it's hard for us to find our footing with this. And so it's easy enough to make the wrong choice in this time. So it's very important that you stay in the light, that you choose the light, that you empower yourself with your lights. And the light comes up, comes down, and out. Okay, your light is both your gift and your protection. All right, let's get hot. Let's let's pick a Mystic Sisters Oracle. I'm picking two oracles this month because it's such an intense month, right? Can we say it's an intense month? We can say that. So the first one will be the Mystic Sisters. See what we get for this. There's some of these that have been coming out over and over again. If you want, you can always do your cards for your sun, moon, and rising, and you might get the same card. Like the Aphrodite card so far came out 3 times, so there happens to be your three signs, then it's definitely a message for you. Her secrets. Her secrets. Okay. Okay, I'll hold it up. Secrets and listening. That's interesting because this card is about secrets. Okay. The four sisters are sharing a moment of secret, privileged information. They lean on each other for support and are keenly interested in what others have to share. When this card is drawn, it signifies the need to confide in a friend. The value of having a friend to share your secrets with is immeasurable. The release of stress that comes with knowing you do not have to carry the burden of your thoughts by yourself is such a gift. I also want to point out that this is the Four of Wands, right? It's sort of, in a way, a similar energy here. So perhaps this is speaking of getting together with the sisterhood. And then how does the sisterhood move forward, right? With the plan to rule, to sustain the fire. This is not power over, this is power from within. Okay. Not all of your thought, okay. Not all of your thoughts are true, but holding them inside makes allowing an interior dialogue and allowing an interior dialogue to run on a loop can be devastating to your well-being. Be grateful for those around you who you can trust. Share your personal internal conflicts with them and patiently listen to others. Simple act of speaking your mind has a purifying effect on the spirit. We do have each other. We do have each other. Okay, and then the last deck, the last oracle is going to be the Tree of Life oracle. October is a moon month on the Tree of Life. It is located right here, 18.9 vibration right there. And the interesting thing about the 18.9 vibration is that it is a Pisces vibration and it is connected to dreams, our dream state. So dreams are very important, especially for Pisces, right? All right, let's see what comes up. Oops. Already? Let's see. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. 27th path, the Tower. Okay. I'll hold it up and I'll read it. Not only are the information in this book great, but the the art is phenomenal. The 27th path. The Tower path, the 27th path, is connected to the planet Mars, the ruler of the North Node, the soul vibration of Donald Trump. Courage, faith, and fighting spirit, running between Hod and Netzach. This path is Mars in astrology. It crosses the tree of life between thought and feeling, showing not only where you swing from one to the other, but what happens if you find the middle ground and let your emotions inform your thoughts and your thoughts understand your emotions. The tower can only be built as high as its foundations can stand. Otherwise, it will fall, be that through overreach, rough weather, or a dragon attack. Knowing how deep your foundations lie. Know how deep your foundations lie. A lightning strike isn't something you'll take lightly, and this card suggests you're going through a challenge that is akin to a strike. You might assess the damage as well as what's being removed. Could it be doing you a favor? The old is being taken down, and knowing how to build back stronger is important. It could be that outside forces, the dragons here, are responsible for shaking things up. Identifying who is responsible for shaking things up, identifying who or why is probably not difficult. How to react to your choice, courage will most definitely be required, but fighting spirit isn't all about force. Your emotional self and your conscious mind are the cohorts to find the balance, and you'll find the true power of the moment as old structures go and new structures are built. Seems to be a theme, huh? That's the story. All right, well, Have yourself a wonderful month, Pisces. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to join us for Mystic Sisters, our Mystic Sisters Live, we do that on Saturday nights, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, either on my channel, Victoria Skirbo, or on Ona's channel, Ona's Tarot. If you want to interact with us and comment so we can see it, you will have to subscribe to both our channels, depending, if it's on my channel, you have to be on my channel, her channel, and subscribe to both of them. It doesn't matter. It's free, and you will get notifications when we do it and whose channel we're doing it on. Join me in the mornings for my walk through the garden. It is fall now, and things are changing. And while many of the flowers are starting to pass, the beauty of the garden doesn't stop. It continues, and it's going to be an interesting fall. And I'd be happy to walk the garden with you every morning. In the meantime, take care of yourself, please. Choose the light. You are full of it. How many people have told you you're full of it, right? You're full of the lights. You're full of the lights. Take care, and I'll see you again next month. Namaste.